something, they're using Class D to do it. They're doing multicasting. You'll see that mentioned they're doing multicasting to send whatever the video or whatever across the internet on. So they're using multicasting to send it to a number of people instead of unicasting it, sending it out to each person. But guess what? If you guys send it out to each of them, you're using a whole lot more bandwidth than if you can send to a number of them all on the same projection out. So they follow on that part? That's what multicasting is. Now, Class A, B, and C. Classes are not something that's still around. That they're still there, but we're really not doing a class situation anymore, but they still want to make everything by class. Class A was designed for large companies. It allowed you to have up to 16 million some odd number of networks. Not networks, hosts. 16 million some odd number of hosts. By power of 2 to get to the number of them. Now, how many organizations do you know in the world that need 16 million hosts on their network? Well, when they created this, they figured there were some, and so they created it that way, but they only gave a few companies that possibility anyway. Your possibilities were only 126 of those networks. Okay? Because they're going to use addresses that fit purely within this octet. Look at the number here. It will only be from 1 to 126. There was 126 of them. IBM and a few others, AT&T and a few other companies got those addresses. But guess what? They didn't need 16 million addresses. And when you hit 93, 94, in that time period, and the internet boomed, and everybody needed IP addresses everywhere, them having 16 million addresses each, there was suddenly the fact they had all these unused addresses was a problem when we ran out of addresses in the world. So you had 126 possible places to use 16 million addresses each. Now that wasn't very smart. Class B. You see those addresses actually out there, and that they were put out there a good number of them. You had 16,000 networks available, 16,384. That meant we could give out 16,000 of Class B addresses. They all started in the first octet with the address numbers of 128 to 191. There were 65,000 hosts they could have on their network. I think that sounds reasonable. Probably some people around use up to 65,000 hosts on their network, right? Then the next size was Class C. They had a whole bunch of those networks because you can actually use the first 3 octets for their addressing. Class B, you can use the first 2 octets for their network addresses, and then use the last 2 octets for their hosts. So in Class C, you had 2 million networks available to you. But each of those networks could only have 254 hosts on a network, and that's the smallest size we came in. But if you got more than 254, you didn't fit in Class C, you had to go to a Class B. All the tech schools in Georgia got given Class C addresses originally in 93, 94. I can't remember exactly which year it was when they got it. 93 is when I climbed for them. And there was really a question among most of us of what would we ever use 254 addresses for in one school? We thought we'd been given more than what we needed. Okay? By 95 and to 96, by 96 it was distinct that wasn't going to work. If you look here at Heart of Georgia, we've got, by the count I heard from Doug the other day, is that we've got over 800 PCs attached to the network here. It was a higher number apparently at one point than that. What does that mean? Where are we going to fit Heart of Georgia into today? It's not going to fit in a Class C, right? Means we would need a Class B address. But look at the waste that we would have if we had a Class B address.